Okay, today we're playing a game on Lijiang Tower. We are in the Gold SR range and we'll be playing Reaper the entire way through, except for the first 20 seconds of the game, during which we'll be playing Soldier 76. But I do mean the first, like, 20 seconds of the game, and then that's it. Current team composition is Reinhardt, Hammond, Soldier 76, Sombra, Moira, and Lucio. And I got nothing to say about it. It's a really average team comp. The only thing really worth pointing out, I guess, is that Hammond is a pretty divey hero, and we don't have very many other divey heroes on the team. So, that's a little bit awkward. So, anyway, let's just start the game. So, our two supports actually changed, because you'll notice there's a Zenyatta right there. He's about to change to Lucio, and then Bridget's going to change to Moira. So, our two supports are a little bit behind us, but I mean, one of them's Lucio. They'll be here soon. So, Hammond, what do you think Hammond's going to do on Garden? What do you think his opening gambit's going to be? It's going to be to get himself stuck under the fucking bridge. Because that's just what Hammond players do when they're on Garden. They just get stuck under the bridge immediately. So Moira just, like, fucked up real bad. Like, real bad, but she got away with it. Because she faded directly on top of us. But we ended up not killing her. Because, look, that's such an illegal maneuver to do that, but she's gonna get away with it, so, you know, whatever, I guess. We were real fucking twitchy, which is a recurring issue with this particular player, because we've seen them before. Very fidgety person, despite, apparently, they've said their sensitivity is actually quite low. They're just very twitchy. You gotta be a little bit more chill. So we've changed to Reaper now. They have a Pharah. This is obviously inconvenient for us. But we died to Winston once, and we were like, never again. And so we changed to Reaper. It's like when you die to a Widowmaker, and you go, never again. And you immediately change to Winston. You know? The exact same kind of thing. Winston's bubble looks so much better. Like, I have to stop every now and then and be like, damn, they look so much better after they got changed. Basically to look more like Symmetra's, because we figured out Symmetra's shield is actually the best looking one in the game. The first time I ever saw Symmetra's new ult, I was like, damn, that's fucking cool. This giant beehive barrier. So now they're all beehive barriers. But I mean, that's cool, so. So Winston's immediately upset about that one. We use Wraith form, like, pretty early. We haven't actually taken any damage really yet. We were going to have to get shot by Pharah another 2 times to actually die, so a bit of a panic reaction, but I mean, we're waiting for our team to push in anyway, so it's not the end of the world. Reinhardt didn't countercharge there, Reinhardt, and as a result, Moira's died, which has led to very much sadness in general. Now Zenyatta's also dead. Reinhardt was like, I'm going to keep pushing, while he's got 2 hit points left, and you know how that ended for him? It didn't end particularly well. So we got killed by Pharah, which is very tragic. Not exactly favored in that matchup. We were close, because she was, like, really close to us, but even if we killed the Pharah, what were we really gonna do from that position, to be honest with you? Like, as soon as the 2 healers died, basically we should have just been trying to leave, because the fight wasn't gonna work. There's no way we were gonna win that fight with both our healers dead. It's just how the game is. If you lose both your supports right at the start of the fight, or your only support in, you know, the darkest timeline, then you're just fucked. That's just how it is. It's like if they've got 6 ultimates, you got 0 ultimates. You lost the fight. I'm sorry. You lost the fight. That's just how it is. You probably didn't even get all their ultimates. Anyway, so we're still trying to get into the enemy team right now, which, you know, is a little bit inconvenient. For us as Reaper, we'd rather our team went across the bridge, because then we could try and come around this way and flank behind them. Because going across the bridge by ourselves is a little bit scarier than coming this way. I guess this is also a bridge, but I mean, you know. So a lot of shit happened. I honestly have no idea, like, what led us to this situation. So, because I was talking about my own foolishness. So that happened. That was very awkward for all parties. Yeah, so there Reinhardt just charged past us. Oh shit, we're real low. We got a Wraith form away. And then we got him. Oh, fuck. And then Pharah's ults in through the other window as well. So I don't feel like we should still be playing Reaper anymore, is my immediate response to this. Because Winston changed to D.Va. Well, let's look at their team right there, right? Because you just looked at it. So Winston changed to D.Va. Reaper can still fuck up a D.Va, but not as easily as he can fuck up a Winston. And so, that's kind of it, Reaper-wise. There's really not much else for us to be playing Reaper against right now. Because they got Pharah. Obviously, that's a complete wash for us as Reaper. They got Moira and Lucio, who we can kill, but they're both difficult for Reaper to kill. And we can kill Reinhardt, but I mean... So we're just going to pick Reaper to kill Reinhardt, basically. If we can get to Soldier, we can kill him, probably, but the getting to Soldier is the difficult part. So I don't feel like we should be playing Reaper anymore, basically. That dude changed to McCree, so we don't necessarily need to change to a hit scan. I feel like if we're going to stick with a flanker, Soldier, fucking hell. Tracer or Genji would be better at this point, if we're going to stick with the flanker. Because Reaper just doesn't have a lot going for him versus that team comp. And like D.Va could eat our ultimate. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, very sadness. Very sadness. God, good English, good English. Mm-hmm. So, now here we can try and kill the Reinhardt. We're so fidgety. Look, we're not going to win the fight. They're using several ultimates right now. Soldier used Tac Visor. They had sound barrier on them. We've already lost half our team when this happened. We weren't going to win this fight. That's just how it was. We did manage to build up our ultimate, but by the time we built it up, we weren't going to get any value out of it. It's a difficult team to get value out of Reaper against, and, you know, you've seen the start. You've seen the card at the start, right? We're playing Reaper the whole way through. Now we could try changing to Pharah as well, because, Mercy. So, you know, Pharmacy's pretty good still, as always, at all points in time. I've said like 12 times in the last 20 seconds, so I should probably try and stop doing that, if possible. You know, that there's advice they give you when you're public speaking, or speaking in public, you know, not necessarily the same thing. Which is just that, if you feel inclined to say or ah, you should try and say something more dynamic, like look, because that sounds, if you go look and then go on, it sounds better than going and then going on. It looks better. There you go. There's some public speaking advice for you. Try not to say and ah. Try and say something a little bit more dynamic sounding, like look or listen. Anyway, so, their team hasn't changed much. This map's a little bit better for Reaper, just because it's more confined, and there's more places for us to try and, like, flank around the backside. So we can try and make something happen. Trying to fight the D.Va right now. We could have considered using Wraith Form to reload and try and kill the D.Va, but we're not likely to kill the D.Va, and then we'd be down our only escape. So it would be risky. Depends on if you, like, think the rest of their team is going to collapse on you, as to whether or not that would be a good idea. So we did just flick Wraith Form. I assume this was a panic reaction. And then we were like, oh shit, oh fuck. It's quite difficult to kill Baby D.Va as Reaper, just because she's so very small. Maybe once they buff the... It looks like we're in someone's esophagus. Maybe once they buff his spread, because they've changed it. You know, on the PTR, it said reduce the randomness on Reaper's spread, but the eggheads determined that amounted to a nerf rather than being a buff. They changed it. They changed the pattern random, they changed the pattern it collects in, so it should do more damage now. Whether or not it does, I don't know. That's for the eggheads in the lab to determine. But allegedly, it's better now, according to Blizzard. But Blizzard have said that before about a lot of different things, and they've categorically been wrong, basically. So, who knows? Who knows? So we're kind of getting collapsed on right now. A lot of our team have died. We shouldn't use our ult right now, because look at the kill feed, basically. We're just right there, right? Both supports dead. It's already basically over. Then Reinhardt dies as well, so we're missing half our team. This is going to have to be the sickest Death Blossom in recorded history for it to be worth using it right now. And it wasn't, so it was very tragic all around. I still don't think we should be playing Reaper. It's just a really hard team to get value out of Reaper against. Now they have a Zenyatta, which is easier to kill than a Lucio, so there's that. But I think the other flankers would still be better than Reaper at this point. I'd probably just play Soldier versus that team comp, especially since now the other DPS on our team is Tracer. But we're sticking with Reaper. We're committed. We're committed. So we give away that we're coming a little bit early on this one, because this dude is not looking at us. He doesn't need to know. What he doesn't know can't hurt him until we're right next to him, in which case it's going to hurt him a lot. But if he knows when we're this far away from him, he's just going to be like, oh shit, oh fuck, and then start running away from us. And I mean, he might have gone that way regardless, but Reaper's a pretty short range dude. So if you can get up behind someone without them seeing you coming, you don't want to start shooting until you're right on top of them. And there's a few heroes that this is also the case for, because it's like, if you're look, we're very fidgety, yeah, it's also Baby D.Va, so we'll give you some slack. There's a few heroes that are like that, where you don't want to give away the fact you're coming. Like Pharah, if you're going to make a barrage play, you don't fire until you're in position, so they don't know you're coming. Tracer, relatively short range as well. Longer range than Reaper, but still relatively short range. It can be better to not shoot at people to do some chip damage, so you can get up behind them without them knowing that you're coming. So this fight's already done. We shouldn't still be trying to fight. We should just be trying to get out. Unless the plan was just to die sooner because the fight was over, in which case, fair enough. But fight was done. We just want to regroup at that point. We got one team fight left. I saw we had gold medals. What were they? They can't be very good. They're not very good. 6 kills. What's our deaths? You can't see the deaths. What's the deaths? Also 6. Nice. Neutral KDA. Or ED, I guess. Doesn't have quite the same ring to it, really, does it? You know? Anyway. So we've almost got Death Blossom built up. It's taken us, like... Oh, no, we used one. I was like, it's taken us a long time to build up this Death Blossom. No, we used one already. That's right. Oh, shit. Hey, we killed her, though. This was a very unfortunate situation. Basically, the way we get out of, like, this situation is we kill Pharah better. Or try and, like, go backwards and away from Pharah once the self-destruct has gone off. But I don't feel like this game was one that we were particularly likely to win. Because it went really, really badly. No, who got the play of the game, though? God damn you. This is a bad video game series. Don't play. This is a very good video game series. It's a shame Valve doesn't make video games anymore, except card games. Because they heard Hearthstone is making a lot of money, so they figured they should probably get on that. It only took them... When did Hearthstone come out? When did Hearthstone come out? 'Cause they're a little bit late. It's at least like 4 or 5 years. Hearthstone release date was March 11th, 2014. So they're almost 5 years late to the party on that one. But when is it? It comes out this month, right? Whatever the fuck. Artifact, right? It comes out this month. So they're like 4.5 years late to the party. But they got there in the end, I suppose. It looks like a pretty good card game, for what it's worth, but, you know. Anyway, what was I talking about? I don't know. So, this game, the biggest thing for me is just that we should have been more willing to change off of Reaper. Because it looked like we decided to play Reaper just because of Winston, basically. And then as soon as Winston was gone, there was, like, no reason to continue playing Reaper anymore. Unless we just wanted to play Reaper, I guess, in which case would be a fair enough reason. Because I like Reaper. I love Reaper. He's a fantastic hero. He's always been one of my favorites. But he has a relatively narrow niche, you know? Which has always been his issue. Is that he's always been pretty good at what he does, but what he does is very narrow. And there are a lot of heroes in the game that counter Reaper, and they're all quite popular, so it's an issue for him. So anyway, like, we should have been more willing to change off of Reaper, because, like, honestly, I don't even see much opportunity to play the Reaper significantly better, really. I guess we didn't spend a lot of time, like, trying to get behind the enemy team to, like, try and make something happen. We spent a lot of time just trying to, like, march in with the front line, which wasn't really getting us anywhere. We did it a little bit more in the second round, but our team was kind of getting wrecked in our absence as well, so, you know, we weren't looking at the kill feed enough as well, I can tell you that one off the second round as well, but we were probably starting to get tilted by that point, honestly. So yeah, anyway, that's all I got to say about that one, so thank you very much for watching if you did. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, I'm more than happy to answer. If you haven't already, you can join our Discord and ask questions more directly and have a conversation about them, or just shitpost with us, and I hope you found the video helpful.